Good morning. We're looking in Matthew 27:31 and 32, and this is Simon of Cyrene is forced to carry the cross of Jesus. Soldiers ridiculed Jesus, stripped the purple robe off him, and dressed him in his own clothes. Then they led him off to crucify him, making him carry his own cross. Now, the march through to the place of crucifixion was useful for Roman advertisement, if I can say that. They would show potential troublemakers what was in store for them. Normally a procession was led by a centurion on horseback, and he heralded and shouted what the condemned were facing and why. The criminal was led to the crucifixion by a long route, so that it made it possible for everyone to see the sight. And like most victims, they were forced to carry a wooden sign around their neck with their offense, and then carry a beam that weighed between 75 to 125 pounds. And a victim carried this cross piece, usually naked. His hands were often tied to the wood. The upright beams were then usually permanently fixed in a visible place outside of the city walls, beside a major road. And it's likely on many occasions Jesus passed by a very upright, and he would later hang on that upright. When Jesus said, "If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me," this is exactly the scene he had in mind. He wasn't talking about your illnesses or your problems. He was talking about actually a sacrificial death. And he was expecting us to walk that same road where we put away ourself. Simon of Cyrene, father of Alexander and Rufus, passed by he's from the country, and soldiers grabbed Simon and laid the cross on him and forced him to carry it behind Jesus. He was probably from North Africa, about 800 miles away. Simon knew little about Jesus and really had no desire to associate with the criminals, but the Romans ruled, and the Romans didn't give him a choice. Perhaps he was chosen because he was a foreigner. He stood out in the crowd. Wonderfully, we have reason to believe that Simon came to know what really meant to follow Jesus and to carry a cross, because his sons became leaders in the early church. Mark 15:21 and Romans 16:13, we have the mention of the sons of Simon of Cyrene.